Hello, this is Mark from Mark and Sandy in Motion. Today I'm going to make a long form video because I'm accustomed to making shorts for the YouTube channel. I also put them in TikTok as well. But when YouTube came out with the shorts, I thought, oh, this is a great idea. I mean, to make them 1 minute long, and I can be artistic, it's challenging, and 1 minute's better than a 10-minute video. And my videos, I have to be honest with you, like the attention span on them, the viewer retention span is probably like 30 seconds for like a 10-minute video. So I haven't found that that key to, getting people to go, oh, I'm going to watch this all the way to the end, because I watch a lot of videos to the end, like 10, 20-minute videos. Oh, some of them are instructional videos, but when YouTube came out with the shorts, I thought, oh, this is something I can do 1 minute. And then after some time, the 1 minute videos became like 30 seconds, because people's, viewer retention rate is, dig it. I mean, people like to scroll. And so after 30 seconds, it's kind of whittled down now to like 10 seconds. My shorts are pretty much 10 seconds long, and they're Disney centered because that's where Sandy and I go to on vacation, is like Disney World in Orlando. We go to all the parks and stuff, and that's where I get my footage. So, that's why our shorts are that. I mean, we've done other things like road trips to Amish country and stuff like that, but Disney is what we're focused on. That's our genre, if you will, because they always tell you when you first start out a YouTube channel, you should try to you should try to find an audience, somebody that you can relate to, something that you're interested in, and then, maybe you'll find a following, and I started out just like everyone else with, just like 17. I remember I had 17 subscribers. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Right now we're up to 32,000, and I mean, is that good? I know in the grand scheme of things in the YouTube universe, it might not be all that great. I thought maybe I would have more by now, but it's good. I mean, I'm happy with it. The YouTube channel is growing, and primarily it's because of these shorts. I have one short in particular that helped our channel grow. I mean, really, really, from, I think it was 5,000 subscribers up to what I said, 32,000. And it's a short that I did that's only 10 seconds long. I'm going to show it to you. Yes, this is the most popular short I've done, but honestly, I have I think around 2,000 shorts that I've done already. They started out at 1 minute, like I was mentioning, and then now it's down to like 10. Actually, this one's like 19 seconds long, but you can see on this chart here on analytics that it's still growing. It's just passed 9 million, I think, a couple of days ago. But I mean, just like a month or so ago, it was like 6 million. So I mean, it's crazy how. So I would encourage anybody, if you're really interested in doing shorts, you could really help your channel. It's what basically gave me the 3 million views that I needed in 90 days to become a YouTube Partner Program member. I can never remember that name. But so now I'm monetized. Well, partially. There seems to be like two separate sections, with your shorts, you can get monetized. And then with the long form videos, if you get 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers, then you can have ads on your videos. I haven't reached that threshold yet. It's just the first part of being monetized with the shorts. But you can become a member. You could, join. You could give a thank you and stuff like that. And I also have the t-shirt, the merch shop on it, the merch shelf, if you will. So I've designed some shirts and stuff like that you can buy. But with that out of the way, I wanted to show you how I create the shorts. I'm just a knucklehead graphic artist who loves to video edit and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you. So when I start out, generally, I go through all my clips that I take at Walt Disney World. So since I'm a Mac user, everything goes to photos, and then I can just download them and I put them all on my external drive because I have so many of them. I'll come back from a week vacation with over 1,000 video clips. Some of them are, I would say the average they're like about 5 to 10 seconds long. But if it's like a parade or something, then I'll film the whole thing, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes long. But generally speaking, when I'm walking around the park, I'll just take short clips, and I'm usually filming for the edit too, because I'm always thinking where I'm going to cut it and what kind of music I'm going to put to it and stuff like that. I don't plan them all out specifically, I'm there to, to have fun. I'm on vacation, but I'm also doing work because, I like working on these videos and stuff, and there's a challenge and you can be creative. Sometimes at work, being in the corporate world, it can get a little, mundane at times. So as I'm going through my photos or my videos, I chose this one today of the Navi River at Animal Kingdom. And I thought, let's do one like this. It always really comes down to the mood. Do I want to do something really exciting or maybe serene, or maybe I want to use some dubstep music on a roller coaster clip, and today I just thought, I'm feeling kind of mellow, so I'll do this Navi River one. And recently I've been putting in like little voiceovers, describing the ride and everything like that to put some context to it. And then also maybe try to put something a little funnier in there, or something where it shows that I don't really take myself too seriously. But it's been a lot of fun. I'll show you some of the I'll show you this short when it's done, but then I'll show you a couple of the latest ones that I've done. This particular folder of clips that I was shooting in 4K that vacation. So I like to make them just regular HD 1920 by 1080. So I have to go into settings in Premiere and downsize it. Then you have to select the clip and do fit to frame, because the actual footage is still like scaled up really high. Have a good day. That's my new slogan for the end of all my shorts now. And I also made it a t-shirt design, so that's going to be available. I guess in a few more days it'll show up on the t-shirt shop. I don't want to make any mistakes on anything that I say or anything that I write on the short, so I always make sure I do a little bit of research just to make sure I have the spelling correctly, or if I, don't put any misinformation on there. That's when I get most of my comments, or when I make a mistake like calling dopey sneezy or something like that, and I hear it from the followers or from somebody that stumbled across the short. But recently too, in the last couple of weeks, I've been going to ChatGTP, and just sometimes if I can't come up with a little slogan or whatever, I'll ask ChatGTP, how about a short slogan or something about Animal Kingdom or the Navi River, and they give you a suggestion. Well, they or he or whatever it is, the bot will give you suggestions. Really good. I'm really impressed, and sometimes I use them verbatim. Sometimes I just use it as a starting point, because you want to be creative and original. I'm not real big on AI. I certainly don't do any graphics or anything using AI, but this gave me a couple of good ideas, and then I added some of my own words at the end, to make it original. And so that's a good suggestion for anybody out there. Use ChatGPT. It's a good tool. It's not going to take away your job. It's just a good tool. When I usually do a voiceover, I'll get rid of, or I'll delete the audio tracks, the default ones, and I'll make my own new one. When I select a new audio track, I select mono, and because there's no sense in having stereo in your voice because it's just one source of audio, I thought it made sense, and it's just I think it makes the voice sound better. Of course I use the Adobe Premiere. It has the AI tools and stuff like that, but this just makes it sound a lot better. Drift into Pandora's glowing wonder. Sail softly into the heart of Pandora at Animal Kingdom. That's me doing my voiceover. After I get it, where it sounds pretty good, I know that there's pauses and everything like that, and I'm just going to cut out the pauses manually, but then I'll situate it. I might even reverse what I said. That's what I like about editing. You're kind of like telling a story. Even though it's only like 10, 20 seconds long, you can still have a beginning and a middle and an end to your shorts. I'm not sure which part of the process I enjoy the most, being out filming or doing the actual editing at the desktop here. Now I have a laptop too, a MacBook that I do it at work, but it's really subjective though, the decisions that you make and stuff, because it's kind of contrary to my work, where I have art directors and managers and stuff like that that will tell me, well, change this or do this, or I don't like that blue, make it darker or whatever. But here, whatever I decide goes, and I take my time and I try to make them look good, because you wanna collect an audience and, grow your channel and stuff like that, and maybe try to, get members to join or buy some of your merch, so I think I just like both, or the whole process. What I'm doing here now is just deciding on, the flow of the short, the mood of it. The biggest part of a short or any kind of video really is number one is the mood that you want to convey, and then also the timing and the flow. You want all your cuts to transition from one to the next and not be disruptive, or jerky, for lack of a better word, and you want it just to be smooth. I always kind of think about a roller coaster when I'm editing. When you're climbing up the hill, it's moving kind of slow, and then all of a sudden you start flying down the hill. But it's not like abrupt. It's just like nice smooth curves and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I usually think when I'm doing the shorts. So I figured out how I want it to end, and then it jumps into my slogan at the end, have a good day. And believe it or not, though, almost every short that I do or any long form video I do, I'll export it and then I'll watch it to make sure I didn't miss anything. And then 9 times out of 10, I'm doing it again. I'm making changes and I'm exporting it a second, third, sometimes 4 times before I get it right. This particular short I thought I had it done, and then I started adding some more voiceover. I'm going to play about 2 or 3 of my shorts. Drift into Pandora's glowing wonder. Sail softly into the heart of Pandora. Is that a good mystical voice? Have a good day. Disney World makes you feel good, and a little bit of magic follows you everywhere you go. Oh my God, my friggin' feet are sore. Oh yeah, have a good day. Listening to Disney's Barbershop Quartet always gives me such a warm and fuzzy feeling inside. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you got something out of it. I don't know if I conveyed what I wanted to convey properly or not, because I'm not much of a teacher and stuff like that, but I've been compelled to do a video tutorial for some reason. I think, it's people, I've learned so much from other people that I wanted to like maybe try to offer something to anyone else that maybe is just starting off doing, a YouTube channel, or maybe it's TikTok and stuff. And, you just being a content creator really focused on, creative stuff like that, instead of just putting text up on the screen and, looking for, likes and subscribes and stuff like that. I just look at it as a forum to be creative and to express yourself, and to, just maybe even go outside of your boundaries, like kind of like what I'm doing right now. So if you enjoyed it, that's cool. You might have only, well, if you'd only made it to 30 seconds, you wouldn't be seeing what I'm saying right now. So um, I'll do another one of these pretty soon, though, for sure. Take care. Oh, yeah. Have a good day.